Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Malty Monday. We're going to be looking into the Oud BRUIN, also known as a Flanders Oud BRUIN. My panel I have tonight is Chatio.
Hey, from Florida.
Hey, we have miscellaneous brew reviews,
Also in Florida.
and myself, Bumpy
New
Road,
Hampshire.
not in Florida.
Not in Florida.
Cheers to the chat. We have Joey Edibles and JV. We also have Mary and the Butch saying hello to everybody.
Cheers, boys.
So yeah, welcome in. Small panel tonight. Let me get reading. This is the Beer Advocate one. There's something on Wikipedia. There's also a very short little thing on the whatever the hell it's called. I forgot, the BJCP. But this one just seems to kind of have the most wordage. So the sour Flanders Oud BRUIN. Oud BRUINs not restricted to, but concentrated in Flanders, are light to medium bodied and deep copper to brown in color. They are extremely varied, characterized by a slight vinegar or lactic sourness and a spiciness to smooth and sweet. A fruity estery character is apparent with no hop flavor or aroma. Low to medium bitterness, very small quantities of distill are acceptable. Roasted malt character in aroma and flavor is acceptable at low levels. Oak-like or woody characteristics may be pleasantly integrated into the overall palate. Typically, old and new brown ales are blended like lambics. The word Oud BRUIN means old brown. So, yeah, let's get this little show on the road. We'll bring up Chatio first so he can expose his beer to us.
It's still a little light outside. That's nice. And I'm in Florida. I came all the way down to Florida just to get a beer from Colorado. So go figure. Fort Collins, Colorado. This is La Folie. It is a folder aged sour brown ale. So I've got a cage. ABV is 7%. I got this. So let me try to move my camera down so you can see me do this. There we go. All right. And I'm not going to launch it. The floor and everything was just redone here. So I'm going to do the wussy way out and do it that way.
Supposed to twist the bottom.
There we go. I got it. Bam! So put that in the ground. Pull you guys back up. There we go. Go back and forth. Put her in a nice, of course I'm in Florida. Have to have a carnival glass. It's like I'm a clown. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Sorry, it wasn't frame. Nice brown color. One finger. Kind of a khaki color. Tight bubbles. Looks good. There we go. I'll have more information next time around. Cheers, Bumpy. Thanks for having me. Cheers, everyone in chat. Cheers, miscellaneous.
Yeah. Cheers, Chatio. Thanks for being here. Idea. No fan. Fill it up.
You fill it up.
Ronald Sutton says to fill it up. What do you call Chatio wearing a fur coat? A pipe.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Let's bring up
Now I'm saving some for pool time in a little bit.
All right. You're going to have to excuse me. I'm a little lit. Did a power hour, but I do have my Oud BRUIN. This is from Sweetwater Brewing Company. This is their 21st anniversary Oud BRUIN. Quick flash of the bottle. This has any kind of wild, anything you want in it. What's it? Acetobacter, Lactobacillus, Pectococcus, Saccharomyces, Brettanomyces. This is aged in American oak fooders with cherries. It is 7.9%. This was bottled on 1/11/2018. Vintage.
Nice.
You can bring something to the table. I could have got Petrus, but I was like, yeah. I had a really bad beer out of this series from Sweetwater, so stoked to try this. Just a bottle. Yeah, some smoke. Definitely a darker ale.
Mm-hmm.
Is there yeast cakes in there? Give it a swirl.
Nice laugh.
So not too much head on there. I'd say about a half a finger. It's pretty bone white looking. Appearance is dark, but more of like a mahogany color. Definitely not ruby, darker brown for sure. Oh, boy.
Hopefully that's a good
Hopefully
good
you
base.
took your heartburn medicine tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's miscellaneous. Thank you. All right. The beer that I am bringing is from Daydream Brewing. They're out of Gary, New Hampshire. This one's called Night Hags. It's an Oud Bruin style ale, 5%. And basically, I guess they are big into Dungeons and Dragons. So they did this Night Hags beer. Eyes dark and mysterious. Their origins a mystery. These creatures of the night are anything but innocent. A comfortable evening at the Edgar Cryer Inn can quickly become an intoxicating experience. And then it tells you roasted malts, cherry, and mild funk provide layers of flavors like a lucid dream. There we go. Spit it out. Of course, nightmares are dreams, aren't they? Yeah. Guessing that may have been like some type of Dungeon and Dragon literature or something. But
Oh boy.
yeah, pours pretty dark. There's no real reservoir to this glass. It's pretty flat on the bottom. It's just a really dark brown coloration. Can't see through it at all in this. Kind of a khaki, tannish colored head with fairly tight bubbles. It is fizzing away. Bubbles are not going to last. But yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers,
And we'll
bud.
get back to Chatio so you can give us some aromas and flavor notes on this brew.
Yeah. Took a few sips already. Definitely enjoyed this one a lot. The aromas, very oaky. I love it. Cherries coming through. Green apple and plum. And I can pick up some tartness as well. Notes fell down. But yeah, this smells phenomenal. I've had this beer before. I think the last time I had this beer was I picked up a larger bottle at New Belgium Brewing in Fort Collins after I did the brewery tour. And it's exactly how I remembered it 9 years ago. So it's been several years and the recipe is still the same good darn thing. Give it a taste. Definitely follows the. I did, Joey. And I got a fifth when I got her. I'm sorry. Yeah, it follows the nose. Very oaky. I mean, very oaky. It's like I put wood chips in my mouth. But the apple, cherry, plum, and even dark chocolate notes come through very well. It's all very balanced together between the woodiness and the fruitiness and the chocolateness in there. This is a very good beer. In my mind, this is probably New Belgium's best beers that they put out, that they still put out. There's one that's retired that was even better, but fortunately it was retired. I'll have the overall on the score next time around. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers. Wow. Thank you, Chatty. Let's bring up miscellaneous.
All right, yeah. So for the 21st anniversary Oud BRUIN from Sweetwater Brewing Company, which is now owned by a Canadian cannabis company. This is you definitely get oak fooders up front. It's wild. You get all those different like farmhouse, like a lot of those Belgian yeasts are coming out in this. This is more of a like traditional, like I said. I set them on. Can't. It's not going to work. Camera's being a dick. But this has any kind of those wild yeast you want in it. Like I said, vinegary, very tart on the nose. Not super off-putting. I've been getting acclimated to stuff like this, but that's for sure. I don't really pick up cherry per se, but definitely oak forward. Head is gone. It just smells like a pretty high pH sour beer. All right. Wow. It definitely hits you on a lot on the palate, a lot around the outsides of the tongue, cheeks. Definitely sour, dry. Body. It's got a light body to it. Very low carbonation on mine. Been waiting to get out of this bottle for a fair bit. I definitely pick up fruit notes. It's not like dark fruits. It's light. That cherry sour, like dark cherries, I'd suppose. 7.9%. Appearance wise, there is some legs on this. You can see that oily finish on the glass, but it will not keep ahead. Will it regen? I'm not even gonna try.
I'm getting the same thing with mine.
I really like this. It's very mild, in my opinion, because some of these, like I said, you use these yeast like Brettanomyces, Saccharomyces, Lactobacillus, Pedococcus, and Acetobacter, which I'm sure I butchered some of those.
It sounded like some creature from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Jar Jar.
It's very sour, but it's not overwhelming. The pH is actually pretty good on this. Like sometimes I have some of these beers and I feel like I'm gonna have instant fucking heartburn. This is in the middle. I like this. I'm having a good experience. Definitely worth the money. I think I spent like $12 on this, but They're
Nice.
far and few between. Like I said, I was stuck. I would get Petrus, and I was like, we'll go for something different. So
Yeah, I've had the Petrus one. It was really good.
I've got no complaints. Very tasty.
Right. Yeah, and I didn't bring. I could have brought the Monk's Cafe one as well, because that one was.
It was slim
more
pickings down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew nobody was going to show up with
chocolate
the
thing.
Sweetwater one. So
I could have. I saw it, but I passed over it.
Passover. That's not till.
That's April and March. April, it's fine. Yeah. It's always Passover in this house.
Passing gas.
Something like that.
All right. The aromas. It kind of kept like a little small rim of head. It does leave some fuzzy lacing on the grass. Jesus. This is only I've only had one beer. Like, I haven't even really drank out of this second beer yet. So, one beer.
First.
So my reading abilities have nothing to do with me drinking. It's just I suck at it. All right. The aromas. Yeah. Slight kind of roasty, almost a bit like coffee bean. That's
Ooh.
not quite, ground up. But it's kind of got some fruity notes to it. There is a bit of a cherry note in there too, kind of mixing with that kind of roasty coffee type aroma. It does smell a bit on the funk side, a bit like the pH is going to be lower. And I would say a tad bit of a wood as well, a little bit oaky. All right. Oh, cheers. About to get into it.
cheers, BuMpy.
Cheeser.
Kind of a medium body, this one. A bit fizzy on the carbonation, but I would still kind of put it in the medium realm, which is very, very fine carbonation bubbles. Starts off with a bit of that kind of roasty note, a little bit kind of cherry-like, and then it does have this kind of strange like bitterness, but it tastes a little bit like burning rubber.
Oh,
Just
that's
a tad.
Oh, gosh.
It's good. It's got kind of that vinegary tartness to it. Doesn't straight up taste like vinegar, but it does have that kind of burnt rubber after flavor. As I talk, a little bit of that kind of coffee type roast note shows up again. Kind of hard to detect any of that kind of oak that I was getting on the nose, on the palate, especially once I get that burning rubber. It's strange because it does have, it's like, that's the bitterness. Like that's what's bitter. It's this burning rubber flavor. That's the bitterness flavor. So kind of harsh. I would call it harsh. It is a little bit drying to the palate as well. All right. I'll continue drinking on this one, and I'll try to. I'll see if I can pick out any other flavors really from it.
I really like this.
Yeah,
It's good stuff.
I've had some of these, like they're really enjoyable. I've had the Petrus and stuff, and one in a style that's pretty damn close is the Flemish Red as well. So, but this one's just got some of those more roasty characters to it. All right. Well, let's bring up Chatty. Let's see if he has any scores, any thoughts, shout outs.
No, I'm feeling it. My first beer of the day. I've been a good boy while down here, so yay. This beer itself, this is such a fantastic beer. Great strong wood flavor mixed with delicious fruits and some chocolate. The tart level is consistent all throughout it. It's not invasive. It's not too minimal. It's just right. This is as close to a perfect beer for the type of beer it is that I've ever had. It's a 98 out of 100. I love this beer. It's great. It's fantastic. As for shutouts, not sure when I'll be able to get them out, but I've been doing several beer reviews here, some other videos and stuff. That one video came out the other day. Don't know if I'll be able to get any others out until I get back, but look out for some of those. As per usual, there are beer reviews and everything queued up until I arrive back home in Colorado. Other than that, I think I know what Miscellaneous is going to say, so I'll let him do that shout out. Any others? I know Alex the Beer Master is Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I believe it is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with beer. So be there or be square. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here, Chatty. Everybody was shouting for you. When I say everybody, it was Joey and JV.
All right, thanks, boys.
Yeah, so glad you could show up.
Oh yeah,
From Florida too.
Tommy Carroll in there, yeah.
It's nice. It's good to be here when I'm not where I should be. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Miscellaneous.
All right. So yeah, the 2018 January edition of 21st anniversary Sweetwater Oud BRUIN. It's very, very what it is. I mean, dude, power hour. It's very sour. Oak fooders are very forward. Like I said, it's light. It's low carbonation, slightly spritzy, but I'm gonna pull that spritziness more towards the acidity of the beer. Drinkable quality, yes. If you're not into this, don't buy this. I mean, this is a very unique tasting beer. Most people would pick this up and say, well, it just tastes like red wine vinegar and some kind of other stuff. This is not a beginner beer by any means. But like I said, I got light cherry. It is very sour. This is a very good brew from them. Like I said, I had another brew. They call it what I think it's the Pit and the Pendulum from the same series, and I did not like this. This is very good. I think this can run it all day with some of the Belgian products out there. Not going to be an easy product to find, but it's vintage as well. It's old. This is what bottled, like I said, bottled 1/11/2018. So it's had time to sit and do its thing. I scored this at a 97. It's damn good. I would buy it again. Very good beer. Shout outs. Catch me on Instagram. Chugs Wednesday. It's the first of the month again, boys. So yeah, it's gonna be What's the ABV. You can go to Chugs channel and come play the game show with us. It's awesome at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, look out for Beer Man stuff. Beer and Cheese is tomorrow, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesday is the Beer Mixer which will be at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Bring any 2 beers you think you're going to mix and hang out. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up. So I feel like I'm talking too much. Cheers, boys. Been fun. Oud BRUIN.
Cheers, man.
Great beer.
Cheers, miscellaneous. Say it again. I muted myself because there's some noise going on in the background. Yeah. No, I've been drinking on this one a bit more. This is my last can, and I do have to say that this is the worst tasting one I've had. So this is my second one for the night. So maybe it's just because it's been building on my palate now for the night that it got worse. That kind of real bad burning rubber flavor wasn't there in the first couple of beers I've had of this beer.
You always get that burnt rubber. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's got to be something to do with the yeast because I got it in Bell's Oberon when I first had that. It tasted a lot like burning rubber too. So I believe it's a yeast character thing. I mean, this is a fairly new brewery. They haven't been around for too long. So I think, it was a big I don't want to say risk, but I think it was definitely a big leap to try to do something that's so sophisticated with the way that they age
this stuff
portion out stuff. Yeah. The better they get better as they get older, and they typically blend young with old, 1, 2, and 3. So you can have a young one as well, but it's not as delightful as a blend. So I'm going to say it's got some characters that you would try to find out of an Oud BRUIN. The biggest off thing for me is definitely that burning rubber flavor. It's not that pleasant, but I didn't notice it until this last beer of this brew. So I'm not going to dig it too harsh off that. I'm going to try to remember back kind of more what it tasted like prior to picking that up. And I think that this beer is around, I'd give it like an 85 out of 100.
Okay.
With the burning rubber flavor, I mean, that puts it down like, I'd say closer to like maybe 79 or so. But without it, I think they did a fairly decent job that you could actually tell that it was of that style anyways. Shout outs. After Dark beers next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring a dark beer. Bring a beer if you think it's dark too. Don't try to trick me. You can't bring a Bud Light and tell me that you thought it was dark. But yeah, if there's a beer that basically states that it's going to be dark, or sounds like it should be a dark beer, then that should be fine. But try to bring a dark beer. Everybody's welcome up on panel for that, as well as Malty Monday, if you can find whatever style we do next. I think that we're just coming down so low on different styles to bring for the show that it's not worth doing a poll at this point. Probably going to just try to talk it out and see what beer that we have left that we haven't done most people can get for the show, and just roll with that, and try to keep that in mind for the upcoming weeks as well. Like, hey, be on the lookout for this style and see what we can find. Try to get the last remaining beers that we haven't done yet. So that's it. Yeah. winding down. It's finally going to be coming to an end here soon. But yeah, I want to go back and thank my panel for tonight for showing up. It was a small panel. It's much like last night on After Dark Beers. There was only 3 of us too. So
I tried to find one. I went to a gas. You saw what they said. I went to a gas station. They were already closed. I was like, son of. I tried to make it last night.
Oh yeah,
That's fine. It was an all right show. And yeah, thanks to the chat as well. It was a pretty crazy chat. A lot of chatio jokes in the chat.
Whatever. I'm used to them.
And cheers. It looks like John and Ellie showed up. I don't know why he's crying. Petrus, Brandon's package didn't have Perry's. The Petrus he meant, I believe. But yeah. Was I talking?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Thrash was wondering.
I was still
Can you not-
children.
Can you not hear me? But we'll figure out what the next Monday is going to be. We're going to do that now, hopefully, and anybody else that usually joins up and can join up in the where the link's located, and we'll find out what we're going to be doing for next Monday, and I'll put out a video on that so everybody knows as well as soon as possible. All right. Well,
Okay.
cheers, everybody. Have a fantastic night. Hope to catch you on the remaining shows that happen throughout this week. Hopefully, Beer Man is around and able to do his beer and cheese and all that. So,
This is Miscellaneous Brew Reviews signing out.
cheers, everybody.